Hi, in this video, we are going to discuss about sequence. Let's have this example. Sorteo Festival. The word sorteo means to draw or raffle. The festival started way back in 1861, or 4 years after the formation of Carmona. Carmona was earlier called Barrio Latag. It was separated from its mother province in 1857. The Sorteo Lottery Festival is first of its kind in the Philippines, which is celebrated every 3 years. The festival stands unique in this one which has paved way for realizing the rich tradition and culture of the town. Gregorio moved into Carmona in 2004. He was able to watch the festival and has been looking forward to watching it again. He was able to watch the Sorteo Festival from 2004 up to 2016. So, nasa baba are the list of the years wherein Gregorio was able to watch the festival. So, from 2004, then next is 2007, then 2010, 2013, 2016. And to answer the question, can you tell which years the next Sorteo Festival will be? So the next Sorteo Festival will be on 2019, and then the next one will be on 2022, and then after that will be 2025. A sequence is a list of things, usually numbers that are in order. So the numbers that you see above, 2004 up to 2016, is an example of a sequence. Each element in a sequence are called terms. So 2004 is an element, that one is also called a term. Since nasa unahan yan, tawag yan ay first term. 2007 is also an element. It's also called the second term. 2010 is the third term. 2013 is the fourth term. 2016 is the fifth term. So if we will continue the sequence, 2019 will be the sixth term, 2022 will be the seventh term, and so on. We use symbols to name the position of each terms in a sequence. So 2004, since it's called the first term, ang isang symbol na ginagamit natin dyan is A sub 1. 2007 is the second term. It's also called A sub 2. 2010 is the third term. Symbol natin ay A sub 3. 2013 is the fourth term. That's A sub 4. 2016 is the fifth term. That is A sub 5. So those are the symbols that we use para hindi naman masyadong mahahaba yung ginagamit natin when we write the position of the terms. Okay, let's practice. Name the position of the term being asked. Number 1. The sequence is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Which is the second term? Answer, 10. Number 2. This is the sequence. Which is the sixth term? Answer, 36. Number 3. This is the sequence. What is the position of the number 35? Answer, A sub 5 or the fifth term. Number 4. This is the sequence. What is the position of number 8? Answer, A sub 1. And last question. Which is the A sub 4? Answer, 19. Okay, now let's continue discussing about the finite sequences and infinite sequences. Now, this has something to do with how sequences are written, kung paano sinusulat. Okay, I want you to compare the two sequences below. Anong pagkakaiba ng sequence na nasa taas, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, sa number na nasa sequence of numbers na nasa baba? 40, 36, 32, 28, 24, and so on. Napapansin niyo ba yung symbol na nandito? Itong tatlong dots? That's the difference. Tawag dyan, ellipses. So it indicates that there are more numbers after 24. Nasa taas, na sequence natin is what we call the finite sequence. And the sequence at the bottom is called infinite sequence. What's the difference between the two? Let's continue the discussion. Finite sequence are sequences that contains a last term. So if you notice, hanggang 25 lang yung ating sequence. Wala na siyang karugtong. So if it contains a last term, we call it a finite sequence. Example, 2, 6, 10, 14, 18. So ang last number sa sequence na to ay 18. Wala na siyang karugtong. So it's a finite sequence. Another example, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. So 15 is the last term. Wala nang karugtong. So it's an example of a finite sequence. The sequence above is an example of an infinite sequence. These are sequences that do not have a last term. Walang last term. And because of the symbol ellipses, then the sequence will go on. Okay, hindi natin alam kung ano yung last term dito. Example, 2, 6, 10, 14, 18, and so on. So, because of the symbol ellipses. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. So, the number goes down. So, pwedeng umabot yan hanggang negative numbers pa. Okay, it's an infinite sequence. Okay, let's have a practice. Tell whether the given sequence is finite or infinite sequence. Number 1. Finite or infinite sequence? Answer, finite. 25 is the last term. So, yan ay may katapusan. Finite sequence. Number 2. Finite or infinite sequence? Answer, infinite sequence. Because of the ellipses, walang katapusan yung kanyang sequence. Number 3. Finite or infinite sequence? Answer, infinite. Number 4. Finite or infinite sequence? The answer is finite sequence. Kasi ang 48 natin, yun yung last term. The last example for today, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, and 25. Is it an infinite or a finite sequence? Answer, finite, because there is a last term. I hope you learned something today. Kung nahihirapan, pwede namang ulitin yung video. And don't forget, practice pag may time.